Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy is retiring, giving President Trump his second opportunity to appoint a justice to the highest court in the land. From the moment Kennedy made his announcement, politicians and pundits began squaring for battle over his replacement. Why is this going to be an epic fight? We have the facts. Let's start with Kennedy himself. He was appointed by Ronald Reagan, a Republican, but became the court's key swing vote on issues from abortion and affirmative action to gay rights and capital punishment.
In essence, the fulcrum of the Supreme Court is retiring, and now President Trump will have the opportunity to name a fifth, much more solid conservative, which will give conservatives the advantage on the court potentially for years to come.
Kennedy will perhaps be most remembered for his majority opinion in Obergefell versus Hodges, the 2015 ruling legalizing gay marriage. They ask for equal dignity in the eyes of the law, he wrote. The Constitution grants them that right. But there's an added element of drama in the fight to replace Kennedy, stemming from the sudden death of Justice Antonin Scalia, an iconic conservative, in 2016. President Obama nominated Merrick Garland, generally considered a moderate judge, to fill Scalia's seat. The only problem? It was approximately 8 months until the 2016 presidential election. In a highly controversial act, Senate Majority Republicans refused to hold hearings or vote on Obama's nomination.
Of course, the American people should have a say in the court's direction.
For Republicans, the tactic paid off. Trump is elected and nominates Neil Gorsuch to fill Scalia's seat. To confirm him, Republicans with a narrow majority in the Senate used the nuclear option. What? It's not as dire as it sounds, but it's a major shift in Senate rules. Typically in the Senate, passing legislation takes 60 votes, requiring some bipartisan support. The nuclear option dropped that threshold to a simple majority, 51 votes out of 100. Gorsuch's impact on the court became clear this term. Major rulings upholding the Trump administration's controversial travel ban and striking down union rights to collect fees from non-members would likely have gone the other way had a more moderate or liberal judge been in his place.
What happened throughout this term with a string of 5-4 conservative decisions is emblematic of what President Trump has been able to accomplish. He's succeeded, probably behind conservatives' wildest dreams, in turning the federal court system to the right.
So the stakes to replace Kennedy are high, and Senate Republicans are eager to hold hearings fast. Democrats say a vote should wait until after the midterm elections, just as Republicans held off on Garland's nomination. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says a vote will be held in the fall, and Democrats appear powerless to stall it. And while there are no term limits for Supreme Court justices or rules governing when they must retire, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg is 85 years old and Stephen Breyer is 80. Justice Kennedy retired at 81.